We are now pleased to introduce our next barkers, who are Lindsay and Emily from TEEF. And the company is marketing and manufacturing an additive to water that will help to defeat plaque. So we're very excited to hear about this. And you guys all set?
Yes.
All right. And here we go. It's time to bark your biz.
Hello, I'm Dr. Emily Stein, microbiologist, and this is my co-founder, Lindsay Huff Campbell. Very much outsiders to the pet space, honestly, candidly, but due to the loss of my two best friends, my grandmother and my best friend, who was a Cocker Spaniel, 10 years old, rescue dog, Tinsley, due to the same problem, which was gum disease, I rolled up my sleeves and got in the game. So bringing a completely different approach to oral care. Honestly, we are not a mechanical disruptor. We are not a toxic chemical or an antibiotic or an antiseptic or a detergent or an enzyme. We get the bacteria that inherently inhabit the mouth to do work on for your own benefit. And so we're a prebiotic, patented, 4 simple ingredients make up TEEF for dogs. You take a simple, small microdose scoop, add it to their drinking water every single day. And in all of our clinical studies, both on the human side, which is smart mints, we have some to give out to everybody. Basically, it transitions the microbes that inhabit the mouth to protect your gum tissue, which is really important for preventing systemic diseases and premature death. 8 out of 10 dogs aged 3 and over have periodontal disease. 1 out of 2 of us in this room have periodontal disease. Bacteria gain access through the gums that are inflamed to the rest of the body, and that's linked to premature death. So dogs, on average, can lose up to 1/3 of their lifespan, which was Tinsley's case, and 10 years off of humans, which was my grandmother's case. And so our mission is to really promote healthier approaches that are preventative for oral care for a better quality of life and longer, more healthful existence.
Excellent.
Wonderful. And look.
Okay, yes, I mean, come
Okay.
on.
Well, you know what? Let me tell you about what it does.
Hallelujah.
So I can go a little bit farther. In all of our clinical studies, both on the human side and in canine, dogs' breath improves within about 2 days. So we're actually going after the root cause of the disease. We're stopping bacteria from taking in the dietary sugars that they're eating from the dog foods and converting it to waste products that are inflammatory and smell bad. Okay, and so with going after the root cause, you're then knocking out all sorts of things like the bad, unhealthy plaque production, inflammatory gum disease, smelly byproducts, and we're seeing blocking of plaque, tartar breakdown over time. It's knocking out pathogens that are, and honestly, the enteric bacteria that inhabits the fecal material that dogs tend to have in their mouths, knocks that out within 5 days. So this is a really revolutionary approach, but it preserves, importantly, the beneficial organisms in the mouth and encourages their growth and repopulation of the mouth to promote health in the long term.
You did it. Perfect.
Sweet.
Okay. Would any of you guys like to start?
Sure. I'll tell you, this is a segment in our store that's crowded, and
Yep.
I don't like a lot of the products because I kind of feel like it's snake oil.
Yep.
I'm selling stuff. I want to see. So if I convince a pet owner who has the average dog's mouth, so you can see some of the brown, and they're not going to brush teeth, they're not going to do anything.
No.
Will they see success, and is it something, well, they'll see success in a year of using the product? Do we start seeing that actually break down?
Yeah, in the study so far, in over several hundred dogs, they smell the difference within several days. 2 days, 2 to 3 days.
So mouth odor was my
Mouth
other
odor is the big,
question.
yeah, that's the biggest first thing you can detect. Yeah, because bacteria make those molecules really quickly all day long. That's the first indicator you can see. And then within about 2 weeks to 4 weeks, depending upon how much water dogs drink, you'll start to see a change in tartar. So calculus builds up in the rear molars of dogs. And so within several weeks, the bacteria themselves, we're starving them from sugar, right? So they're starting to chew away from their own plaque and breaking down the tartar for us. And in humans, we stop bleeding gums within a month.
Retail price point?
28 for a single month supply.
No.
May I see the packet, please, Lindsay? Thank you.
This is our e-commerce
Oh,
packet,
doesn't-
direct to consumer. So you go online, it gets shipped directly to your house. So this is not the retail packaging.
And this is okay and safe for cats as well?
It's safe for cats. We're still requesting, so anybody, equine and feline oral microbiomes, we'll send you the swab kit, you swab it, send it back to us, because we're biohacking those as well.
Perfect. I'll take one. And also taste.
So it does have on my palate, it does have a tiny bit of flavor. It's the vitamin in it. So there's a vitamin, it's 4 simple ingredients. One's a soluble fiber to plug up the bacteria if they think it's sugar. The second thing is vitamin B6, which turns on different beneficial metabolism that's actually anti-inflammatory. And then the other things are little sodium bicarb and the L-arginine, which is an amino acid, which encourages, again, the protein metabolism.
Okay.
So it's a synergistic.
Out of 100 dogs that we did studies on, 5 were observed to maybe drink less water.
Okay.
Some drank more water.
Some drink about 5 or 10 drink more water, but most of them
Right.
maintain.
As long as you keep the toilet seat down and don't give them
Right.
another option.
We'll just put a scoop in the toilet.
Right.
There's a new product idea,
So smart.
the
Go out,
the
put a
Tidy
scoop in
Bowl
the toilet.
combo teeth
Right.
Candace and Phil?
Yeah, well, we were just complimenting you on your packaging.
Really?
Yes. Yeah, we really like it. So, and to BC's point too, I was going to ask how you're different than your competitors. And so I guess you could answer that first, but.
Yep. So we're very different than our competitors. So this is grounded in, so our competitors are basically either taking a mechanical approach, which absolutely does not do anything with below the gums, or they'll take an enzymatic or antiseptic approach, which is really stringent, toxic. It does not preserve beneficial bacteria. We are simultaneously knocking down disease-associated bacteria, the bad bacteria, and we're encouraging the growth and out competition of the good guys for your own health. So very different. There are other water additives on the market. They're not prebiotics, and they try to eradicate everyone, and we try and preserve the good.
Okay. So I think you've done a really good job communicating, I think, in a very easy to understand way. But yeah, you've done a very good job. And so I'm curious, from the retailer's point of view, is going to resell this.
Yep.
What's in your marketing plan to help educate them? Like, what's your plan? Because you've been able, if we could put you on video or script for the retailer to say the same thing, I think it would be easy to have it stand out from the competitors on the shelf. Yeah.
So our goal, because we know we're very different and there's going to be a lot of educational components into this, so that's our job right now, since we're direct to consumer online, is to video me, whiteboard, have informational interviews with vets, teach vets about oral microbiology, because that's not taught. Dentists, we're doing the same thing on the human side. That's not taught, surprisingly. And so we're really trying to revolutionize and improve upon health and wellness. And so the goal is to have a little simplified version for the retail space that would sum it up really quickly.
People just seem to respond to molecular toothbrush.
Yeah.
That's kind of what we call it, and they're like, oh, it's
So
okay. Like, the light bulb goes off.
Yeah. So basically, every time a dog drinks, the molecular toothbrush goes to work and cleans
So
the teeth.
you're fully on the market now, or
Launch in
available
May.
online?
We launch in May.
Launch.
Oh, okay, May is your hard launch.
Yep, third-party quality control, super stringent, pharma-like mentality as far as regulatory.
But you can't
Process.
process, which is great.
Sorry.
That's how we like it.
4
So-
simple ingredients, no fillers, no preservatives.
So you're launching because you're an exhibitor here? Are you?
Yeah,
Okay.
we have a little.
As a guest?
We're a guest
Okay.
booth 400. You can
Okay.
swing by. We'll give you some smart mints.
Yeah. So you're launching in March
May.
May for distribution for resellers? Or what's
For
launching in?
e-commerce,
E-commerce.
and
Online
but we're
Okay.
open to partnering if it makes sense. So
Okay.
feel free to.
We'd like to start those conversations.
Yeah.
We know we're going to get there eventually.
Yeah, our goal is to really take oral care to the entire family, not just the humans, but our fur babies as well.
I-
I have a question for the panel.
Sure.
Can I do that? I can
Yes.
ask that. Because you've both been retailers, where would you put this? Would you put this on the shelf? Would you hang it on a peg? Where I'm going with it is.
I'll answer
um,
that, because I was a retailer for
yeah.
many,
Yes,
many years.
please.
I would actually double merchandise it.
Yeah.
I would put it in the problem-solving area, which
Yeah.
is the dental area, and
Okay.
I would also put it on the front counter.
It's got to
And
be
then-
on the front counter.
Is it like the merchandise space, like the solution space? Is that like flat shelf? Like, is they built it
Usually.
to sit on a shelf, or is it a peg?
Yeah, usually.
Oh, you're asking because
Yeah.
it doesn't have a punch hole?
Well, one, it doesn't have a punch hole, but some of
that
the
in.
solution stuff that you're trying to do
Yes.
might be like a merchandise box, right? Like if you're going to put it on the front counter,
Right.
that allows you to be able to billboard some of that stuff.
Right.
Right.
Yeah,
like
well,
that.
oftentimes in that
No,
category.
that's a
we
good
put
point,
Tubs
to
and boxes.
have it in
but, yeah.
different.
Yeah.
Because you gotta like you're
Yeah.
you're gonna have these guys, if they're in store,
Yeah.
you're gonna be like, hey, you know what? I know what dog you got. You need this because I can smell your dog from the car from here, right? Like, but if you're getting me, or you're getting someone who is running the cash register,
Yeah.
they may not know.
Yeah.
And so if it's gonna sit there like this packaging is amazing, but there's nothing on here that says you need it.
And it's
Right.
more
Right.
like a treat packaging too.
Yeah.
And that is the
Yeah.
full 30-day size?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
A little
it?
bit goes a long way.
No,
Yeah.
well,
That's
hey,
awesome.
we understand that. We're looking at.
When you said $26.95, was that retail?
28.
Or is that? or-
$28.
Don't try and discount our product already.
We're going to do a subscription model, so if you
Okay.
do
$19.99.
But
Race
that's not wholesale.
race to the
So
bottom of
that's
that
It's not on
$30
sale yet.
a
It's
month.
28
$30 a
full
month
price.
for-
By the time you leave here, your profit margin will be completely gone. Well, I think it's a fascinating idea. What is the probiotic source? I'm sorry, I took a
Prebiotic?
quick glance at the.
Prebiotic.
The prebiotic.
The prebiotics.
So prebiotics, so we source, surprisingly, we're able to source 2 of the ingredients manufactured in the United States, and that is huge. And then the others, there are sources from Europe and obviously China. We're trying to stay away from China at all. Not, can I say that?
No, it's fine, it's all good.
Emily, what are the ingredients themselves that are the?
So the
prebiotics?
soluble
I'm sorry.
soluble fiber is called cyclodextrin. So it turns out our goal, our finding, novel finding, was that most people thought that all these ingredients had no activity, right? So the FDA has already shown safety in animals, multiple animals, pregnant women even. It turns out we found that they have total activity with bacteria, and that's where we have the patent. So cyclodextrin is a soluble fiber, just passes right through the GI tract of mammals. Bacteria think it's sugar, so that falsely grab onto it, and they don't know how to let go of sugar. Vitamin B6 is vitamin B6, and then sodium bicarbonate, and then the L-arginine, which is the amino acid.
Okay.
4 simple ingredients we found has so much power.
How long did it take you to get your patent approved?
We fast-tracked it, and still took 5 years. Plus the
Sounds
additional,
familiar.
Yeah, plus the additional 3 years in PCT and provisional mode.
My hat's off to you for
Good for
getting,
you.
for doing the
I've
process.
been doing this
'cause it's
for
hard.
we've been on this for 8 years.
Well, good for you.
Yeah,
Wow.
long time, but it's real. So to your point, please help us learn how to convey how we are different, because there is actually technology and science built into this, and intelligence, because we're outsmarting bacteria. We're not masking problems. We're trying to go after the root cause. So
I'm sure you've already thought of this, but just make sure that you convey the comparison, between veterinary, dental, preventive care, and your product. For
Yep.
$360 a year, you're giving them insurance, at least presumably. I can't, speak to the efficacy of your product, but
Right.
I love the idea. Versus one dental treatment is going to be a couple $100, and then you've already got
Yeah.
problems at
yeah,
that point.
and it lasts. I mean, honestly, the minute you dislodge bacteria, they reattach within 2 minutes in the mouth. And so you provided temporary benefit, but it's so temporary. And so this is like, we know you can't scrub off bacteria. They're just going to keep on, we're changing what they do.
Right, right.
So